Give your attention to Jason.
Well, I think most of you know I'd rather be anywhere but here today. I don't know where you all came from, and I know a lot of you have left, but thank you. This is going to take a bit, so pizza's actually going to be delivered. Thank you. Please remain seated for my entire performance. No crying will be permitted except for by me. This is 68 pages long, font size 10, 48 minutes. Get comfortable. The staff have already locked the doors. I have read this 52 times, and this without crying, and this will not be number 53. Thank you for coming today. Mom never wanted to be put on a pedestal or center of attention, yet here we are. If I cry, don't feel bad for me. I'm one of the luckiest ones here. She was my mother and my sisters. My mom stood by Danielle and me during some of our darkest hours and celebrated our biggest accomplishments. Her love never wavered for either of us, no matter the situation. She was there 24/7, 365 days a year for all of my 50 and all of Danielle's 48, which probably felt like 100. A lot of you have called and emailed or texted me kindness. Thank you. You've said things like, Mom will always be with me. Everywhere I go, Mom will be with me. Whatever I do, Mom will be right by your side, looking down on you. Thank you. Now I take showers wearing a bathing suit. Creepy. Story time. Mom and I were talking about some things not long ago with some friends of mine and then became hers. She was jibber-jabbering about her years at the Hilltop Steakhouse. She was proud of her 20 years there. It allowed her to buy a lot of new cars, bought Danielle and me a lot of good Christmas gifts and birthday parties and you name it. We were lucky. She busted her butt there and she was damn proud of it. However, during this conversation, she tells the group, Jason was conceived there. Ma, why would you say that? She simply said, I thought you knew. I said, does this expression and look on my face look like I knew that my mother knocked boots in the kitchen of a restaurant? To which she calmly replied, it wasn't the kitchen. I said, okay, enough, change the subject. She said, I think your sister too. So driving by that Hilltop sign on Route 1 now, it's a little different. So I visited Vegas a lot when Mom and Lee lived there. Sometimes I didn't even know I was coming. We watched a lot of Jeopardy, Family Feud, and Wheel of Fortune. Where's Charlie? Charlie, how many pictures did I send you of me saying watching one of those shows?
A lot.
A lot. Their TV remote had a black button. It used to say pause. Why is that black, you ask? Well, funny you should ask. A contestant would say, Alex, I'll take music of the 1960s for 1,000. Or, on another show, I'll take the letter D, Pat. There are 3 letter Ds. Ding, 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 as Vanna turns the tiles. Now she only has to press them. After either scenario, the pause button. All came to a halt. Not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Let the guessing begin. A 30-minute game show took 3 hours to watch.
How true, wow.
Did you think I was going to lie? I only made my opinions known during Family Feud. We asked 100 people to name a 4-legged reptile. The family member said, dog, Steve. Then, the other idiot family members were jumping up and down going, good answer, good answer. You can tell on Steve Harvey's face, dog is not a good answer. So now, I'm the one reaching for the pause button. You're telling me this idiot just said a dog is a reptile. Did that just really happen on national television? And why is this family condoning such behavior, yelling good answer? If I was the family member on that panel, I'd be yelling, I'm adopted. So then Steve turns around and says, show me dog. Ding. One person out of 100 said dog. Me again, reaching for the pause button. I go off on a rant. Where do they interview these people? I have never seen a family so happy to be together. Fake news. Then, my mother, dear mom, says, bird. I said, that's it, I'm a dog. Mother's Day, 20 years ago, I got her Blue Man Group tickets for her and her bestie, Julie. I know where Julie is. Where's Julie? Hey, Julie. My mother reads the tickets and she says, the blue what? Why do I want to see that? I said, then don't go. They went. They had a blast. Now, the next show I invited her to was with a friend of me, and she was eager to attend this one. No interest in blue men, but she had all the interest in naked men. I invited her to the puppetry of the penis. Really confessed that she went to the show, my mother. And a friend of mine who doesn't want to be named right now, Tom. He's the only one that came dressed to celebrate life. He's the one in the Hawaiian shirt over there. So I asked her if she wanted to go, and she said yes, with the same joy one would have after being proposed to. No hesitation. Blue men, no interest, but nude men, she was all in. Mom was the furthest thing from a prude. The Monday before she died, I was driving home in the snow. We were closed that day. And I said, don't worry about it. She said, be safe. I said, don't worry about it, Mom. It's only 2 inches. She replied, 2 inches can make a difference between a good night and a great night. Random, right? I still have no idea what she meant. My mother loved to talk to people. She didn't care the color of your skin, your haircut, your clothes, or how much money you had or didn't have. She loved to talk. But she loved to laugh even more so. I can't think of anyone who met my mother and disliked her. Ladies from my mother's apartment building, thank you for your kindness to my mom and now Lee. I'm so very happy you found kindness in my mom and her and you. My mom's best friend, Julie. Julie, I know you have much love for your children as Mom loved Danielle and me. I know you do a lot for them as my mom did for Danielle and me. You're the same caliber of mother as Mom was to Danielle and me. You were the same caliber of friend to my mom as the words I speak next about my friends. Mom would say the same about you, Julie. So listen to me and hear her talk about you. To my friends that flew from Florida, and another got on a plane this morning to fly from Washington, D.C., and one got on a train last night to come from New York City. Thank you. 2 of you knew my mother really well. 1 of you knew my mother over 23 years. To you I say, she loved you through the good, bad, and the ugly. She never judged you. Please know that. Please remember that. You being here today would mean the world to her as it does to me. Shane, I really wish you could come up there and tell the story about your camera bag and what was in it and my mother's reaction, but that'll have to be some other time. Charlie, she adored you. You always made her smile and made her hair look top notch. Alexander Hair Creators, Derry, New Hampshire, owner over there. When you gave her edibles that were made by the person I just addressed without using his name, we all saw that in the video. What a night. Thank you for adding happiness, laughter, and love to her life. To the 2 of you that brought me cannolis the night my mother died, 12 of them. I want to diet, but damn, they were good. Jeff Denver. Thanks for all the trips out with me to see my mother. She enjoyed your company, your carefree attitude, and humor. But mostly the visit when you ordered crumbled eggs for dessert. Lee liked that one. I'm going to tell the story. So real quick. The first night I met Jeff, no, not night, years ago, I brought Jeff to a fancy steakhouse in Boston. was very
Oh,
up.
no.
How do you think he feels? So, long story short, fancy restaurant. The waiter says, "How would you like your steak?" Jeff replied, "On a plate."
And sincerity too.
Oh, and sincerity. So, we're in Vegas years later, and we're at another fancy place, and the waiter comes around and says, "What can we get you for desserts?" So they go to my sister, they go to my mother, they go to my sister's friend, they come to Jeff. Jeff says, "I'll have crumbled eggs." I looked at him and I said, "What?" He says, "Crumbled eggs." I says, "What are crumbled eggs?" He says, "Well, that's what you're getting, aren't you? You always get the good stuff." I said, "First of all, you thought I was gonna order crumbled eggs for dessert and thought to yourself, that sounds good." I said creme brulee. Jeff said, "Yeah, I'll have that." True story.
You gotta love them.
Yes, we do love Jeff. Thank you for staying.
Yes.
Kevin and Kate. Mom may not have known all of what you've done for me and supported me with.